Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Queen Juliana, your Dark Mass Diva. Alright, in my last content, I talked about picking a struggle. So, I was talking about how people have the option of turning you down if they don't like you. And you don't need to give them a TED Talk. You don't need to guilt them. They have the right to say no. They have the right of you not being their type. All right. So I was talking about that. It was the content was a little longer than my usual content. So in this one, I'm going to move a little bit from that topic, okay, to a topic that's a similar topic, but just a little bit lighter than that one. Okay, from the pick a struggle. This one is going to be most people have a type. All right, so this is kind of splintered from that one a little bit. Most people actually do have a type, because I wanted to go into that a little bit deeper, but that seemed to deviate from that topic just a little bit. So I'm going to make a whole separate topic with this video, so I can also share this one on TikTok, okay? Hopefully the TikTok audience will also like it. Most people have a type. So if somebody is saying no to you, it's possibly because you just are not their type. And most people do have one, okay? So the thing is, consider it a blessing if somebody is saying no straight off the bat, that they are not even considering it, okay? That you're not their type, they're saying no to you, and they're not even being open-minded about it. Okay, that's actually a good thing. All right, something that you can do, which is I actually recommend it. It's going to sound a little stalkerish, but what you could do is you could go on social media. You can look this person up on social media. Okay, you can look at their previous relationships, or you could just kind of observe them, see who they talk to, or whatever. Just kind of check them out a little bit, or look on social media, see who their exes are. All right, does that person look like you? Are you the same phenotype? Are you around the same age? Okay, do you look like that person? Do you have the same type of hobbies and interests? Okay, are you the same type of person? All right, because people tend to like the same type of person over and over. They tend to pick the same type of person over and over. We are basically creatures of habit, and we tend to, I'm not saying that we tend to pick the same person over and over and it's necessarily good for us, but there's a reason that we all have a type, okay? This is usually ingrained in early childhood, or we had some kind of positive reinforcement early in life, or we've been with a certain type of person and something good keeps happening with a certain type of person, or we've been with another type of person and something negative keeps happening with that type of person. Okay, so we tend to prefer a certain type of individual, or when they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, we tend to think a certain type of person is the most attractive. Now, it's not necessarily that we think somebody else is ugly per se, but it's more like we tend to think maybe a person with darker skin or darker hair is cuter, right? We tend to think this type of person of a certain height, or a certain, or we tend to think somebody who maybe looks like us is better looking because they're familiar, or we prefer somebody who doesn't look like us at all because our opposites attract. I mean, it could be anything. Or, you know, we want somebody who looks like our first love. Okay, and that person could look like us or not look like us. I mean, it could be, you know, somebody completely different from us. All right. It's because the first person we fell in love with, we want everybody consequently after that to look just like that person. So everybody we date after that person looks just like that person that we first fell in love with. All right, because that person was the blueprint. Okay, so that person, that type of person is our type, and everybody looks like that. Okay, we think that person, that type of person is the ideal person. All right, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. And that's kind of that kind of stuff tends to happen. Or we date the person that it looks like the opposite gender parent, or something like that, you know, because that was the first concept of our first example. Okay, so sorry, it's late at night, I'm searching for my words, but that's everybody just has what they like for a certain reason. All right, and you can't tell people what to like I said in the last content. You can't lecture people why they need to consider you, why they need to switch gears, why they need to be more open-minded. All right, you can't make people decide that you're the new choice. Okay, if they have an aversion to your type, they don't like your type, you just put them off for some reason, or you're just not what they're into. You know, maybe they like somebody a little more down to earth, and you're like high maintenance, and they don't like your type. Like, I'm a high maintenance chick, right? So maybe somebody likes somebody down to earth, so they wouldn't like me very much, right? You know, because I obviously like to wear a lot of makeup, and I do hairdos, and and I'm fancy, so it's like, somebody who wants some down to earth chick is not gonna like me very much, right? So they wouldn't, if I flirted with them, they'd be like, get away from me, so it wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be their type. So no, you know um but somebody, people who tend to like me are like fire signs. Fire signs tend to like me. People I date tend to be like an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They're the ones that tend to ask me out all the time. They're the ones that tend to be interested in me every single time. Okay, that's the ones that just tend to be interested in me. I tend to be their type. And I'm an air sign. I'm a Gemini. So fire and air go together. Um, that's kind of how it usually goes. So um, my first husband was an Aries. My twin flame is a Sagittarius. I lived with a Leo for a few years. Okay, so I mean, that was a serious relationship. So if that's any indicator, that those are the kinds that are the kinds that like me. Okay, so anyway, certain types of people will like you. Okay, and will be attracted to you. Will like people who like flamboyant women like me. Okay, so you can't make somebody change their mind. Like I was saying in the other content, they are going to like, the heart wants what it wants. They are going to like what they like because of biology. They're going to like things that are ingrained from them from early childhood. There's beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, everybody has their own taste. Like I said, astrology sometimes comes into play. Some people think that your personality comes from your looks, and sometimes it does. I mean, sometimes your personality does come from your looks. Some people's looks determines whether they're going to be shy or not. All right? Like, I'm really outgoing. And you can tell by looking at me that I'm really outgoing. I mean, somebody who wears this much makeup and wears bright colors and stuff like that has to be outgoing. Does YouTube? Has to be outgoing, right? So you know that you have to deal with an extrovert. When you have to, your personality has to go complementary with an extrovert when you go out with me. So it's like, are you attracted to extroverted women? Like, if you're attracted to shy women, don't like me. You know what I'm saying? So you can be a shy man and like me, but you have to be attracted to extroverted women, right? You have to like somebody who is not shy about approaching people, who talks to a lot of people, who has a lot of confidence, and likes animals, and is like a people person and that kind of stuff. So that's you can just tell by looking at me what kind of personality I have. And I've done a lot of jobs where I worked with the public. So pay attention to what somebody likes. Now, if somebody is with somebody who's not their type, chances are they made an exception, but they may have been settling for that person. And I'm not trying to be mean, but maybe they're settling for that person. Okay, you want to be with somebody who cherishes you. All right, you want to be with somebody who cherishes you, who sees you as the prize. You want to be with somebody who sees you as something they always wanted, who sees you as an asset in the relationship. All right, you don't want to be with somebody who's using you. You want to be with somebody who is proud to be with you. You want to be with someone and everybody sees that person with you and they go, oh, he or she got exactly what they wanted. Instead of, oh, he or she is settling. No, you want that person to be like, oh, they're with their soulmate. You want people, to be like, oh, they look right together. They're with each other for the right reasons. Okay, you don't want people to be like, there's something off about that couple. Something's not right here. You don't want it to be like that, okay? You don't want to have to be insecure in the relationship. Okay? You want to know you're that person's type. You don't want to have to think that they're still hung up on so and so from high school. Because I pinned my braids up tonight and like my wispy ears are coming down here. Okay. So what happened was, there's this guy who liked me from high school, and I ran into his fiance, and she was really pretty, right? But she felt really insecure around me, and I was just like, oh my God, like, she didn't need to. I was like, why do you even feel weird around me? But maybe she felt like she wasn't his type, when he was very in love with her. But I think she thought he and I used to date. So I don't know if he was like selling her wolf tickets or what. But she was acting really insecure around me. So if I ever run into her again, I'm going to set her straight. But she was acting really funny around me. But maybe she thought she wasn't his type. I don't know. I think she was too pretty for him, to be honest. But I thought she was gorgeous. But that's just me. But make sure you're somebody's type. You should not ever have to feel insecure, like the person you're with is still carrying a torch for somebody they went to school with, or their ex. Because, oh, I hate to say this, most people have that one ex they never got over and they still think about it. So at least you want to be somebody's type. You don't want to be that one that's like compared to the ex. You don't want to be unfavorably compared to the ex. Okay, because that sucks. It's not fair to you. I watch those Reddit stories all the time, and there's all these stories about how the husband or the wife gets drunk and then they confess that new husband or wife is just a placeholder because that person never got over their ex. It's extremely common. And then they realize that they weren't that person's type. I'm dead serious. I guess it's really common. Just make sure you're the person's type. Make sure that you did not get settled for, and that they're sincerely attracted to you. Because people grow and change, and they need to sincerely be basically attracted to you, because you're gonna gain some weight, you're gonna lose some weight, you're gonna age. We all do. So you should be able to gain a few pounds and have them still be attracted to you. Okay, because, you should be able to get a few lines around your eyes and have them still be attracted to you. You should be taking care of yourself. But they should be attracted to who you are, basically. not this whole different type of person. You should be what they like, because you don't want to just be tolerated. You should be celebrated. So make sure you are their type, okay? Because that's what you deserve. You want to be cherished in that relationship. You want that person to actually adore you. All right? Well, otherworldlies, I love you all, and I will see you in the next content.